Welcome, Bobcat Nation, to the first rendition of Behind the Screens podcast. I'm Zach Taylor.
I'm Liam McCamish.
And we're your hosts. We're talking today.
We are talking today. Zach, what exactly do you do for Bobcat Esports?
So currently I am the program director, and from the script that I was handed, the program director is the person that really steers the ship. So for the club, I'm taking orders, and then I'm pointing us in the right direction. And whatever that means, that's what I do.
We need your certain wisdom.
Yeah,
come with a certain wisdom. Yeah, and I'm Liam McCamish. I'm president of Bobcat Esports. I coach our varsity team. I do a lot with the broadcast. Zach's actually a player on our varsity Valorant team.
Yeah, the Valorant team.
Yeah, the Valorant team. So today we're going to be talking about to Addison Ray, President Rad of Overwatch.
Mr. Overwatch.
About all club stuff, varsity stuff, kind of getting into some of their rivalries, some of their strategies, and what they offer to kind of the more general player base. I think a lot of people get confused. There's a big confusion that like, oh, I don't want to get involved with the club because I'm not that good. Mm-hmm. The club has a lot of resources that are for players who play casually or are just looking for a social setting.
Right.
I mean, that's kind of the main function of it. And I think that's a big area of confusion. People go, oh, I don't want to get involved because I'm not that good. It's like, well, there's a whole social setting. We have a huge social network, and there's plenty of resources that Rad and Joey, I'm sure he'll talk about, and the like, who give resources to not only get better, but also just create a space where you can just come in and play games, and it's a lot of fun.
If you play Overwatch and you're interested, there's a spot for you on the spectrum. In the club. In some way, shape, or form.
Exactly, yeah. That's the point, right? That's the whole point of the club. And anyone listening to this, just get involved. It's a lot more fun than you think. Try out for the varsity team, even if you don't think you're going to make it, because we have a lot of fun with those tryouts. They're a great time.
Yes, we do.
But before we jump into talking about Overwatch today, I wanted to get into some general club stuff. So for those of you who don't know, the officers who run each club meet bi-weekly on Tuesdays. I think it'd be fair to say that anyone could come in and sit on those meetings if they wanted to.
Definitely.
They're kind of open door meetings, nothing too crazy, but we thought it would be good to make a platform where, we kind of update the general Bobcat Esports Student Club on, what's going on with the club and all that sort of stuff. So
outreach.
Some outreach, if you would say.
Yeah.
So we're going to run through some stuff. So racing sims are coming to the arena. We're going to be getting 2 racing sims. Right now we're working on the budgeting and all that sort of fine detailing for the racing sims. There's going to be 2, and the goal is to make them for as accessible to everyone as possible and also have any games. So if you want to do, I want to do iRacing on it, which, is like the super intense sim racing. But if you want to play like Euro Truck Simulator, or like Farm Simulator. We have a spot for you. Flight Sim's coming soon, hopefully.
Ooh, shout out Red Bull.
Hopefully so. Just a couple weeks ago, we had the Esports Ohio Regionals. That was pretty exciting. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I actually didn't attend that, but I observed it from the moderator screen on Twitch. So that was pretty much the high school aspect of esports in Ohio, and it was Southeastern?
It was Southeast and Central.
Southeast and Central in Ohio. Yeah, so it was Valorant, Rocket League, Fortnite, Smash,
Overwatch.
And Overwatch.
Yes.
So it was basically big picture. It was a bunch of high schools that came and competed, and I believe it was their playoffs, correct?
Yeah, so the top 2 teams continue to state, I want to say, which is hosted at Akron. And we hosted their tournament for those games. I know, actually, funny enough, Zach used to be, what's Baldwin Wallace's mascot?
The Yellow Jacket.
Oh, yeah. Zach used to be a Yellow Jacket. They hosted it as well.
Really?
For,
something?
Cleveland area high school.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know I was
Cuyahoga
watching on
County.
Yeah, something like that. So the top 2 teams from each of the regionals go to states, I believe, which are hosted in Akron, and then those 2 go in. Well, I know for Riot Games. I don't know for I can't say for all games, but I know Riot has another step after that. So that's Valorant, and then I'm assuming Fortnite and all the other games have some sort of.
No, that was really cool. Liam and I, we went to high school in the central area, so it was really cool to see a bunch of known names and see them compete on things that I didn't even know existed.
Yeah, that scene's really developing right now, and it's awesome to watch, and we're so glad to host it. Those VODs can be found on our YouTube. Some updates, some just general club updates. Valorant. Varsity is recruiting right now.
Varsity is recruiting.
Yes, so if you are interested, there are forums in the Discord, which you can find pretty much on all of our social medias, and I think in the description of the Twitch if you're watching this live right now. But it's all over our Twitter to get into the Discord. If you go there, add the student role, add the varsity or the Valorant tag, and you will see the forums in the announcements for the form to sign up. And I will get back to you as soon as I can if we're interested. We do 10-mans every other Thursday. I think there's not one this Thursday.
No, today's Friday. But this coming Thursday, the next Thursday that will occur,
by the time
will be a
this
10-man
comes
on
out
that Thursday.
Yes. So if you're listening to this live, it's Tuesday. And 2 days from now, there'll be
go to the arena,
arena and play 10-mans
around 6 p.m.
Rainbow Six. Their A team is 4-1 in the Midwest R6 and number 2 in the division, which is awesome.
They're in their playoffs now.
Yes. Yeah.
So they're in the back end, and they're kicking butt, taking names. So they're doing really well. Shout out the R6 team.
Yeah.
Logan also does. He does an amazing job managing that team. So shout out Logan.
Yeah, their B team is also 3-1 in the Midwest R6, and they're number 2 in the division. Man,
putting in work.
Sheesh.
Putting in work.
Rocket League, they are having 6-mans, I believe. Oh, shoot. I don't know when.
It's on a day of the week. I know that.
I believe it's Wednesdays. I could be totally wrong. All this information can be found in our Discord again, but there are 6-mans going on at the arena. No skill required again. Mm-hmm. Anyone can come in and play in these games. If you're interested in just making some friends, maybe meeting some people who play the same game, it's a great way to do it.
Yeah, and I believe Rocket League is also recruiting for the varsity team as well. So if you're interested in that, reach out to Hayden.
Yep.
Fruity P.
Shout
out Fruity P.
Great varsity player. Great
varsity
name.
player, yeah. And I believe they're also looking for a coach as well.
Yes. I believe Hayden is interviewing for a coach.
Right. So if you're interested in any aspect of that, reach out to Logan, Fruity P. Shout out Fruity P.
Shout out Fruity P. Splatoon. I know Splatoon, they don't have regular meetings, but they have frequent meetings. They're not like on a regular basis, but there's always people in the arena playing Splatoon. Mm-hmm. I'd say they're in there like, man, it feels like every other week. I see a big group of people playing Splatoon. So if that's more your thing, again, the Discord is where all that stuff can come in. And I know with the Splatoon one specifically, they have it set up so you can just walk in. And if you see people playing Splatoon and you want to get in, I'm sure those guys, they all always have smiles on their faces. Mm-hmm. And they will let you right in.
Always a good time. COD, Call of Duty.
Yes.
Ran by our man Alton Zalian. They just beat Texas State, who was ranked number 18 in the entire country.
Texas State.
It's
a huge school. I'm thinking of.
There's like a million Texas schools.
There is a Texas.
All of them
but
are
the
Texas
big one
State.
is A&M.
Yes.
And Texas. It's not that one.
And Texas and Baylor.
Oh, that's right. Texas is just huge.
And in all the 8 other big Texas schools. But our COD team's doing really well. Shout out Alton. I believe they're actually competing in. Oh goodness, what is it called? Just Collegiate COD? I think that's what it's called.
Oh, no. Collegiate Coliseum. And College COD, I know, is no longer a thing, but they're participating in something else as well.
I think, is it NACE?
It is NACE.
NACE, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah, it's NACE. And they're doing really well. They have so many games, so it's hard to say where they are in their season, but I do believe they are on the back end and nearing the playoffs. I believe most of their streams are on OU COD on Twitch. So if you're interested in seeing their games, I would tune in like Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, like in the evening. Just check it out. I mean, they're live a lot. Yeah. So it's very easy to catch one of their games.
Yeah.
They have very skilled players on that team. They're doing really well.
Definitely. And Alton does a great job at running those streams, and hopefully we can get them on the official Bobcat Esports Twitch more. League of Legends, I know their varsity team is over, but I know their JV team or their club team got to playoffs in some collegiate tournament, but I know they're doing really well. They're going through playoffs right now.
Shout out Nate.
Shout out Nate.
CSGO,
working on getting in 10-mans. I know that CSGO with CS2, sorry, I keep on saying CSGO. Of course I haven't. CS2 now. They're looking to get more people involved, get 10-mans going. They also participate in NACE, NACE Star League.
Yeah.
So they're looking to do that. If you're interested in that, Gabe on Discord, he runs all stuff CS2, so reach out to him. And broadcasting, we're always looking for casters. We're always looking for people to help in the back end. It's a big ship. We have plenty of space. If you're looking to help get some broadcasting experience under your belt, we have professional broadcasting equipment to use. Some of the ones that we're using right now to give you this audio. And listen to how crispy clean it sounds. Doesn't it just sound great?
And it's also a great time. We always have a lot of fun putting on the shows. And there's a spot for everyone. So
exactly.
If you're scared, nervous about getting into it, just don't look back. Just reach out, get involved. It's super fun.
Trinity is my favorite example, and we'll end on this note. Trinity walked in one day and was like, "Hey, what's this space about?" And now she's vice president. You know what I mean?
And who knows?
That could be
who
you.
Who knows what she can do? Yeah, exactly.
And that could be you, listener.
That could be you.
Well, I think with that being said, we're going to cut into our conversation with Mr. Addison Ray, Mr. Overwatch. And yeah, let's just jump right into it.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in.
Today we're joined with Addison Ray, the Overwatch Club president.
Mr.
And
Overwatch.
welcome to the show.
To be here.
Yeah, you are our first official guest, so welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
So, Rad, I know you run pretty much everything Overwatch Club related. You play a lot. You know a lot about the game, and you're obviously close to the varsity team. How close would you say you are to the varsity team?
I'm close enough to probably give Dylan a hug, but I don't know if he would love the hug.
Yeah. Well, he's an intimidating man, so that's,
sure Dylan
that's a
would
good
love
start.
the hug.
I think Dylan would love the hug, but the question is whether or not, in front of the varsity team, if he wants to look like a hugger. So
That's true. Yeah, those guys are pretty cutthroat. But before we get into that, so just Overwatch Club, what's like some of the biggest things that you guys have got up to like this past school year?
Yeah, well, this past semester, of course, collegiate is picking up right around the end of it, which is definitely a lot to put on the club team as we start to draw around the finals.
So explain collegiate to me.
Yeah, so with collegiate, that is going to be, it's basically Blizzard's big thing for all college teams to be able to come by at, well, I'd say end of their semesters, play against pretty much any college team throughout the nation. Anybody who is at least in a college can play. I think I've said college a lot, but the goal of it is to allow teams to be able to play anybody, anywhere, and compete for a grand prize. Now, of course, most of the teams that are going to be around our top 500, very, very high level teams are going to be able to actually get to those prizes. But for the teams like my team, which is the Bobcat team, it allows us to be able to play against people who are of a relative skill to us, somewhat comparative, and be able to have some fun with it too. It does give out some rewards like an icon, stuff like that. It is a lot of fun to be able to play as a team in a more professional type of competition.
Does Blizzard actually kind of regulate the skill disparities, or are you just hopping in hoping that the games are competitive, or?
It's regulated in the beginning. After that, it goes down to, I believe, wins and losses. So like, with my team, when we got into it, we're a little averaged lower than most of the average teams. So when we actually started playing our games, I believe our first game was about high plat, low diamond, which in our disparity, you would say might be a little difficult to play against. But of course, we went out on top of that, which was awesome. It's very much, they try to match it, but they can't always guarantee it. Like, I don't know, I believe varsity went against the team somewhat relative to their skill level, maybe a little bit lower. Of course, they went out on top, which was awesome for them. Yeah. And if the same is reflected in other club teams, some of it was on points, some a little higher, lower. They try their best.
Yeah, nice. And I know you have more than one club team. You want to kind of get into how you guys kind of manage that?
Yeah, well, I've got to give out a big thank you to Joey, of course. He's our club manager. Yeah, shout out Joey. And of course, to all of the club team managers, coaches, and team captains. Logan, who coaches team Oh Yeah. Alex, our team captain for our first team. I believe L, who is my team captain. I believe Zach, who is the team captain for Oh Yeah. I don't believe so. Maybe Jackson. But either way, there's a lot of different people who play a key part into all these different teams, and it's awesome to be able to see all of that. With our club team focus, of course, with Joey's oversight, he definitely gets a lot of the information that we use, and with Dylan's help, of course, because he's much more involved in the coaching process and the what you would call meta for Overwatch. We take that information and we use that to help our club teams, and the club team's goal it changes a little bit with Joey. Joey, who would act as, I could say, maybe like a junior varsity team. His goal is mainly going into those competitions, getting the teams into a very competitive environment, understanding what that looks like, being able to play in these more high stakes games, especially in preparation, since some of these people who have the skills and develop a lot more can get into varsity. For teams like Oh Yeah and Bobcat, which are a little bit lower, our goal is to start to get them steps into the water. My team more focuses on development, learning the characters, learning what these abilities are, positioning in games, some of the basics, but also a little bit more advanced. And then with Logan's team, Oh Yeah, you're going to see a lot of the kind of half development, which gets a little people onto characters they aren't really good at, but could learn some better moves on. And then we move into more of that competitive sphere.
Yeah. So how many students in total do you think are in these club teams?
I would argue you're going to look